Here at TrueFire, we make a whole lot of guitar lessons. A lot of guitar lessons. Now, you might be getting into a lesson here and be really excited about it, but just not have the skills to even get off the ground with it. This is where Guitar Gym is going to come in and save the day. My name is Chris Buono. I'm the creator of the Guitar Gym series for TrueFire, and I'm here to give you a 10-minute workout to get you ready to play this. That jam is called PFU 72, and that's from one of my courses, 30 Funk Rhythms You Must Know. That's rhythm number 8, as a matter of fact. In order to get started doing anything like that, you have to have a solid understanding of 16th notes. And rhythm guitar specific, you have to have a solid pick hand, 16th note ghost motion in place. Well, today I'm going to put together a 10-minute workout schedule for you comprised of 10 workouts, 1 minute each, and I'm going to get you started so that you can get yourself ready to play something just like that. To start to understand what's going on here, it's important that we understand the basic fundamentals of what we'll be talking about. 16th notes is the focus rhythm. A 16th note is 1/4 of a beat. Usually we consider one beat to be a quarter note, and a 16th is 4 parts of that, 4 equal parts. For us, when it comes to the pick hand and playing rhythms like that, what we're doing is we're applying a stroke to each one of the subdivisions. The first subdivision is usually where the count is. So when we're counting, say, in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we also call those the downbeats. And luckily for us, it makes sense, there's a downstroke applied to that. Following that is the second 16th. It's the first of what I call the offbeats. That's going to be an upstroke because we just got done with the downstroke. So we're going down, up. That next downstroke that's coming, that's the upbeat. That's the middle of the beat. And if you're thinking, hey, those are eighth notes, right? You're correct. Following that, the final 4th subdivision is another upstroke, and it's the other offbeat. So check this out. We're going to apply names specific to each one of those strokes in each one of those subdivisions. So we get the number on the first downstroke, we get the E coming back, we get the and, which is the 8th note, but we're still putting on a downstroke, and that's what we're doing. And then we're coming up for that last offbeat, that other 16th note, that is an upstroke. So let's say we're counting at 4. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Make sense? Cool. Let's start playing some stuff. That's workout number 1. I'm just playing quarter notes, but I did it 2 different ways. In 4/4, I got a 2-bar cycle going on. The first cycle, I just simply played that octave, and I let it ring for a quarter note, but when it comes to the picking hand, I only went and played what I needed to play. I lifted my arm to play it again on the next downbeats, but with no regard for time. In the second bar, I went into the 16th note ghost motion where I'm still playing the same thing, but I'm only making contact with the strings on the first of the 4 strokes that are evenly spaced. There's the 16th notes. There's the ghost motions because I didn't play anything on the other 3 motions. That is how I start building the independence that I'm going to need to play rhythms like you heard in PFU 72. Now, I want you to do this with a metronome. I'm here playing it, let's just call it at 60 beats per minute. Do it with a click or do it with a jam track just like I am here. Either way, focus in on playing on that downbeat in time, but using that ghost motion. Now, if you need to ease into it, try what I did. Split it into 2 bars and cycle through it. If you can get right into it, go for it. Whichever way you do it, start to focus on that independence. Now, we're going to take that to the next level in workout number 2. Check it out. Now you can see there's 16th note ghost motions going on the whole time, and that's the way it's going to be from here on out. I started off with a quarter note, but you still saw the 4 strokes per beat. I continued with those strokes into the next beat, but I made contact with the strings on the 1st and 3rd subdivision, which, by the way, is the 8th notes. So if you're counting it out, you can think of it this way for a whole bar. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And it just kept going on from there. Same thing, and I'm going to keep saying it. You got to do this with a metronome. Without a metronome, this really doesn't work. So keep an eye on the strokes, get a metronome out, and hey, about this octave that I'm playing that you don't hear any other strings, I have a muting technique going on. Actually, two of them at the same time. My first finger is doing its job by holding down the 5th fret D, but it is also touching the lower adjacent string, which is the 6th string, and then just naturally resting across all the rest of the strings. And then my 4th finger, or sometimes my 3rd finger, is holding down the octave. And naturally, without really thinking about it, it's also leaning on the next higher adjacent string. So that one gets a double insurance policy when it comes to the muting. I hope you're digging the lesson because I had a great time putting it together. This is my bag. I play a lot of different styles of music. There's a lot of different styles I've done here for TrueFire, but funk is where it is at for me. So I'm super psyched that I'm able to put together something like this for you to get you off the ground, to start playing the basic stuff, to get to the more advanced stuff. At the same time, I love putting together workout schedules because I'm helping people organize their practice time, and that is super important. You put the time in, you'll get the results. If you dig what's going on here, please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And down below, let us know what you think. As a matter of fact, I'll be looking because make some suggestions. If there's some lessons up here at TrueFire that you're having trouble with and you think that there's a workout schedule that can help you get off the ground, I'm your guy. Let me know down in the comments. All right, we got some strokes going on. We got some rhythms going on. Let's go on to the next level where we're going to do, well, let's see. Workout number 3. Here it comes. Workout number 3 is definitely relative to 2, except it expands it. And what it's doing is throwing in quarter note rests. So it's making it a little bit of a challenge to keep this ghost motion going on. It's a little bit of a head trip. Am I playing or am I not playing? Well, it doesn't matter because the motion's got to keep going whether you're playing or not. So I took your quarter note and 8th note thing that we established in workout number 2 and put it here where we're still playing a quarter note on the first beat, but then we got to keep that motion going on when we hit the 2 and 4, but not play anything. By the way, the 2 and 4, that's called a backbeat. And on the 3rd beat, we play those 8th notes. So if you're into counting it, it would be like this. 1E and a rest E and a 3E and a 4E and rest E and a is 2E and a, of course. So you could count this stuff as you play it, or you could just feel it out. Either way is good. What definitely needs to happen, no matter what you choose, is that metronome. Make sure it's on. Remember, I'm at about 60 beats per minute. That may be the tempo that's good for you, but if you have to do it a little slower, totally do that. And if you feel like you can do it a little faster, totally do that too. Just don't get carried away. All right, let's get on to workout number 4. So just like workout number 2 was consecutive playing, where on the first beat you get a rhythm and on the second beat you get twice as fast, workout number 4 is doing the same thing, except the first beat is 8th notes. And then the second beat is 16th notes, and we keep that going. So 1 and 3, the weak beats, is 8th notes, and 2 and 4, the back beats, is 16th notes. So if we're counting that, it would be this. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, right? What's going on the whole time? You guessed it, 16th note ghost motion. And what are you doing the whole time? You're practicing this with a metronome. Of course you are. Cool. That'll set you up perfectly for workout number 5. As you can see, workout number 5 mirrors number 3. We're taking those faster rhythms and we're applying the quarter note rest on the backbeat. So now we got this. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. It's not a bad idea. It's not a prerequisite, but it is not a bad idea to teach yourself how to count as you play. But if you need to feel it out and you can successfully do this, you win at the end of the day. Not one method is better than the other. But it is pretty cool if you can count it. Let's take a quick break and check out the guitar I'm playing today. This is a Rick Tune 67, as stated on the headstock. Rick is an incredible luthier, and this is his homage to the great Leo Fender. But man, when it comes to strats, I love strats. I have a wonderful 73 strat that you've seen in a bunch of my courses at TrueFire. But this guy, this is what I've been playing lately. This pine body maple neck guitar is just next level. Got this incredible set of noiseless DiMarzios on here and Rick's proprietary bridge, where, as you heard, I can play just about anything on here and I am not going out of tune, and it feels incredible. There's other things that it could do, and maybe we'll check that out in future videos. But for now, enjoy the spanky clean awesomeness of this thing. Let's get back to it. All right, let's move on to workout number 6. Following the idea of number 5, workout number 6 plays the same thing except for a key difference. On beat 3, instead of playing that D octave for the 16th notes, I'm playing scratches. What the heck are those? That's a term that I apply to the percussive element of striking strings without wanting to play any pitches. Sometimes you do, but we're not playing any pitches here. And what I'm doing is focusing in on muting the strings and making contact with the higher strings because they cut. That's not to say that's the only ones you're ever going to do in this fashion, but it is definitely the ones that you should do when you don't know what else to do. So I'm playing eighth notes on the first beat. I still got the motion going in. And then I'm playing those scratches on beat 3. All I'm doing is relieving the fretting pressure and just resting my hand across the strings. I'm not pressing, but I'm also not touching it so light that some open strings escape. I am definitely not wanting any strings to ring to make a pitch. I want to get a percussive, clicky-clacky, scratchy type of sound going on that you hear in every funk record that you ever listened to. And this is not just funk music. This is a rhythm guitar technique that can be applied to just about everything. You could take this and do it with blues, and do it with R&B, and do it with rock, and yeah, this is good stuff. Do this, and you'll get a lot out of it. Let's keep going. It's time for workout number 7. Now we're returning to playing something on every beat. We're making contact actually on every stroke. Our 16th note ghost motion is not so ghostly because we're doing something for every one of the subdivisions. The first and the third beat, we're playing that octave. And in the back beats, the 2 and 4, we're scratching. So we're going between 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Now remember what I said about scratches. I'm focusing on the high strings. So while I'm playing what I'm playing with the octaves in the range that it is, I'm purposely trying to focus on making contact with the high strings when I'm doing the scratching. Is it a bad thing if you do that on the lower strings for the scratches? No, but it sounds like this. It's got a little too much percussive lard for my taste. I like to scratch on the top. However, there can be uses for having those other sounds in something I call string percussion, which I talk about a lot, going all the way back to my first course called Funk Vision, and many others after that. A lot of funk courses I did here for TrueFire. You know what it's time for now? Workout number 8. Let's do it. Now, workout number 8 is definitely reminiscent of number 7 because basically doing the same thing except for one really important difference. Up until now, all of these workouts have done something specific to each one of the beats. We haven't mixed anything. Well, that's not the way these rhythms work. What we're doing here in number 8 is we're playing the 16th notes on that first beat, but we're carrying it over into the next beat. So we're continuing to play something on the downbeat of 2 and 4, the back beats, but then we follow those immediately with scratches. So we get this. 1 E and 2. So we're starting to build that independence of things that are going on. Pick hand's doing something, fretting hand is doing something, notes, scratches, 16th note motion, sometimes it plays, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it's always playing, but now we're going between fretted notes and scratches that are not so exact when it comes to beats. It gets even more complicated than this, but let's take that word out of the equation. It's not about complication. It's just about rhythm. It just gets more variety. How about that? All right, let's go on to workout number 9. Workout number 9 sets the scratches aside for a second to bring in another element to consider, and that is accenting. So within these 4 subdivisions, you need to be able to apply an accent at any one of those strokes. Now look, the downbeat, that downstroke, the first one, that should feel pretty natural to do this. And that's exactly what the first of these 4 bars did. Now in the second bar, what I'm doing is following the bars. First bar, first subdivision. That's where you accent. Second bar, second subdivision. First offbeat. That's where you accent. Now for us, we've established that that is an upstroke. It's the second upstroke of this thing where we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we got to have this. 1 E and 2 E and You're still doing the same motion, but you just have to add a little bit of oomph in a different spot. Feels great on that first downbeat. You got to get used to what it feels like on that second offbeat or the first offbeat, the And you're going to continue to do that as you move forward. Third bar, third subdivision. For us, thinking about the strokes, it's that downstroke, that second one, the upbeat, the 8th note. And then the last one, fourth bar, you guessed it, it is the last subdivision, that last upstroke in that series of 4. It's the other offbeat. So let's say we put that together in 4 beats. Check this out. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and That's where you're going to get to, but for now, stretch it out into 4 bars, 4 beats a piece, and do it. Make sure you're doing this with a metronome, whatever tempo it needs to be. Let it be that, and then you build from there. But make sure you get to a place where you're starting, where you have control over this, and you can actually mentally think about it and see ahead, think ahead. That's how it'll come together. All right, ready for 10? Let's get to that last one. Workout number 10 brings back the scratches. The only thing that you're playing, the only time you're playing the octave is on the subdivisions we just established in 9. So first bar, it's at the first subdivision. We hear the octave and then we don't hear it for the rest of the beat. And we continue to play the octaves in the place where we were accenting in 9, here in 10, but everything else is a scratch. You're able to do this one and you're definitely on your way to understanding how to approach rhythms like you heard in PFU 72. If you're thinking about the count thing, great. If you're not, that's great too. If you're feeling it out and it's working, that's what you go with. Just as long as you're working with the metronome and you're able to get it to feel like this. 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and scratches. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and It's all independence. Whether I want to play all octaves or I want to inject the scratches, I'm totally cool with that. I'm comfortable with it. Put the time in and you will be too. And there is your 10-minute workout to get ready to play something like PFU 72. 10 workouts, 1 minute each. Do that every day, maybe twice a day. Take a day off here and there, but stay consistent. You do that, and you will be set up to play something just like that lesson. As a matter of fact, when you're ready, please come and check out my course, 30 Funk Rhythms You Must Know. That lick plus 29 other ones are waiting for you right there. They will put a smile on your face when you're able to play them, and you will be able to do it if you put the time into this workout schedule. While you're there, check out some other funk courses from close friends, Oz Noy, Mark Lettieri, Bob Lanzetti, and man, while you're there, definitely check out Shane Terrio's course, 30 Mojo Rhythms You Must Know. Cannot say enough good things about it. My all-time favorite TrueFire course. You heard it here. This is Chris Buono, the guitar gym guy, as Andy Timmons called me once at a TrueFire dinner. Hey, the gym guy. That's me. I'm here to help you out. Remember, down in the comments below, let me know what you'd like me to see me do in this regard. It doesn't have to be one of my courses. I will do anybody's course. You need help with that? I will put a workout schedule together for you. Thanks again. See you on the next one.